On this edition of Connection Point, CBMC's Marketplace Ambassador Advancement System training goes global, and EOT is about to take Hong Kong by storm. We'll take you on a trip to CBMC's summer camps in St. Simons Island, Georgia, and Lake Tahoe, California. Fall is quickly approaching, and that means CBMC's partnership with Iron Sharpens Iron is gearing back up. We'll take you into the studio for a Moody Radio recording session, and we'll bring you up to speed on a few personnel changes here at the Support Center. Yes, there's something for everyone on this edition of Connection Point.
Hello, I'm Lee Truax.
And I'm Phil Stone. Where has the summer gone? Seems like just yesterday the cool breezes of spring were sweeping the nation.
And it was about that time when I embarked on a 12-day trip to Belfast, Northern Ireland in South Africa. Planning for the 2018 CBMC World Convention in Belfast is already underway, and that prompted David Martin, the point man for that gathering, to invite me to take part in some preliminary meetings, actually the kickoff meeting in Belfast. You know, Belfast is a beautiful city and a wonderful location to host a World Convention. From Belfast, we flew south to Cape Town, South Africa for a series of training sessions on both the Marketplace Ambassador Initiative and, of course, the Advancement System. Longtime CBMC staff members Frick von Rensburg and Harm Engelbrecht hosted us while we were there. One observation that I made as we held multiple meetings in Cape Town, Johannesburg, and Pretoria is this: men are hungry for training and resources that will help them become effective ambassadors for Christ right where they spend the majority of their time in the marketplace. So as we shared the 10 attributes in these sessions that I taught, it was very well received. A great example was a meeting that we had in Centurion with some key ministry leaders, hosted by Masoto Moope, acting Chief Electoral Officer at the Electoral Commission of South Africa. After sharing the Marketplace Ambassador vision with these men, their reactions said it all.
Especially the young people would find this very attractive, but they also find it very useful.
Oh, yes.
Because they are always on the phone,
Right.
always on tablets, and it would make sharing the gospel time.
It's men like that we need to invest. And I'm doing a Timothy with him.
Great.
Operation Timothy with him. Fantastic. Fantastic.
Boy, Lee, what a trip. Northern Ireland and South Africa. Well, later this month, we have a team headed by Paul Johnson and Victor Dawson headed for Quito, Ecuador to train on a number of topics, including Marketplace Ambassador, the electronic version of Operation Timothy, EOT, and Living Proof. Our host in Quito, Julio Acuna, says everything is ready and they are anxiously awaiting the arrival of the CBMC training team.
It's going to be a great training session. You know, then in September, I depart for Hong Kong for the 2015 Asian CBMC Convention. More than 400 are already signed up for this 3-day event. What a joy it is to see firsthand the hunger that exists for CBMC materials, resources, training, and I'm really excited about this trip. It's a long flight for sure, but it is always so worthwhile.
Well, here at home, it's been a great summer for CBMC family camps. The Southeast Family Camp, which was at Lake Junaluska for many, many years, well, it relocated to St. Simon Islands, Georgia. More than 100 campers came together for what they called Pass It On Weekend. It was a time of rich fellowship, wonderful Bible teaching, and just the right amount of time for families of all ages.
And I loved it. I loved how God was not in a box. I don't like to sit still. About 20 minutes is my attention span. And the people and the places we went were both fun.
A couple of weeks before that camp, the California Family Week attracted over 100 campers to the shores of beautiful Lake Tahoe. This was the 23rd year for this gathering, but the first to be held at its new location. By all accounts there, the planning team did a tremendous job blending just the right amount of strengthening, equipping, refreshing, challenging, and funning. By the way, Lee, that's my word.
And you've just done that to an English major. You know, summer typically is a season of joy, fun, family travel. You know, it's also a season where giving to the ministry, and all ministries, frankly, slows down considerably. This summer has been a particularly tough one, and we really appreciate the graciousness of our donors and our supporters because it's by their gifts that we have an ability to produce materials, resources, videos, and to send our guys on the road to encourage and equip leaders in the ministry of CBMC. So as our giving goes, so does our ability to produce these resources and to engage in the ministry of CBMC. It's what we've been doing for more than 80 years, and I'd ask you to consider a gift today so that we can keep going on all cylinders when it comes to fulfilling God's call through this ministry of CBMC. And of course, I always want to thank you for your wonderful support.
Well, speaking of giving, so many of you around the nation gave freely of your time when Iron Sharpens Iron came to your city earlier this year. Lee, CBMC is partnering with ISI this year. And what was your thinking when you said yes to the opportunity to draw alongside Brian Doyle and his ministry?
Well, you know, we were coming off of just creating some fantastic resources, some great messaging, and some real challenges to believers to be ambassadors right where they spend the majority of their time. And so as we gathered together and thought about how many men we could touch, upwards of potentially 50,000 guys are going to attend an Iron Sharpens Iron conference this year. And so it's a great place to connect. It's a great place to offer our resources like EOT, Living Proof, the 10 Attributes, and expand the kingdom impact of CBMC. And so that's why we did it, and we're excited about it.
Well, we were both active on the ISI trail, and one of the highlights for me was seeing former NFL great Gerald Riggs right here at the Chattanooga stop. The former Tennessee Volunteer and Atlanta Falcons running back has his own ministry now, and he just loves seeing men connect with Jesus.
You have to realize, and you start to look and see what God can do, and look at His playbook, and see how every play that He has is a winner for your life.
It was also a thrill to meet a father and son at the Orland Park, Illinois ISI conference. As I talked with them, I was curious what it was that brought them to this wonderful gathering.
It's nice to get connected again and to have an Iron Sharpens Iron conference was a perfect time. We get to talk about things that we've never talked about.
As the fall Iron Sharpen Iron conferences are quickly approaching, I want to encourage you, check the calendar. If you see a stop that's near you, let us know. If you'd like to host a table, we'll supply you with an Iron Sharpens Iron partnering kit. And these have been lovingly put together by our team here to make sure you have all the resources on that table to be able to talk about the current engagement with CBMC through EOT, Living Proof, 10 Attributes. And by the way, there's no cost to you whatsoever, so please consider giving of your time to engage in this worthwhile connect at Iron Sharpens Iron. You know, Phil and I were back in the studio recording a fresh batch of 27 radio spots from Moody Radio. And I just have to say that this experience has been not only a lot of fun, but I think it's putting CBMC back on a national stage.
Our campaign runs through next March, and so far the response to our Moody Radio involvement has been very, very encouraging.
It's been a lot of fun and very exciting, and I never tire of somebody saying, "Hey, I heard us on the radio."
That's right.
You know, many of you have read an email that I sent out announcing changes to the CBMC national staff here in Chattanooga. Steve Casbon, who has served as National Director of Field Ministry Support for the past 5.5 years, is transitioning to a new role of Senior Ministry Advisor. Steve's focusing on the expansion of the CBMC ministry impact through things like the Marketplace Ambassador Initiative, and Steve will also provide strategic planning and assistance for the Leadership Institute and new area development. Mark Whitaker has assumed Steve's former responsibilities as National Director of Field Ministry Operations and Support. We've also folded in the Field Operations team with Rob Gonzalez, and Mark will be working alongside that team to provide quality, connect, and support of our teams in the field.
Hey, by the way, Lee, we have a new addition to our field ministry support team. Missy Wooten is settling into her role as Pam Huff's replacement. So if you call the support center and you hear someone say, "Hi, this is Missy," be sure to say hello and welcome her with open arms.
Absolutely. And our IT department has also two new faces, Brandon Cord and John Hollingsworth. Brandon is working in the area of software development, and John's role is IT support specialist.
So lots and lots of moving parts this summer for sure. And one other thing, we've just received a beautiful assortment of long sleeve button-down collar Port Authority dress shirts. with your choice of the CBMC logo or the Marketplace Ambassador logo. Now, we have them in white, a beautiful mocha, and a medium blue. So try and overlook the models. We're on a tight budget here, folks. So just focus on the shirts. They come in medium, large, and extra, extra large. And we even ordered a limited supply of tall sizes. So connect with me at pstone@cbmc.com. And if you'd like to pick up a few shirts for your team, we've got them. The cost is $39, and that includes the embroidery.
Thanks for tuning in, and please let us know if you have an idea of something that you'd like to see on future editions. But for now, I'm Lee Truax.
And I'm Phil Stone.
Enjoy the rest of your summer, and we'll see you after I return from Hong Kong.